Do you need the ultimate edge for gaming? How about the lightest mouse possible, that's vented to keep hands cool and stylish?
Hey everyone, I'm Chris.
And I'm Rick with Techspin. So we got in touch with Sharkoon and they sent over a really nice case as well as this gaming mouse for us to check out.
This is their new Light2 200, right?
Yeah, that's right. So this gaming mouse has something really exceptional about it, and we'll get into that in a bit.
Nice, and if you decide to grab one through our affiliate links below, it does help us out a bit here, so thanks for your support.
At Techspin, we bring you honest testing and opinions about new tech.
So we'll put this Sharkoon Light2 200 through the paces and see if it's worth your money.
And just a reminder, you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at Techspin Review, if you want to keep up with our latest releases, our contests, and some behind the scenes shots.
So let's get to it.
Sharkoon's new Light2 200 is a performance gaming mouse retailing for $47 in the US, £44 in the UK, to be announced in Canada, and $14.90 NT here in Taiwan. Competitive gamers are always looking for a light mouse for long gaming sessions, and here's the answer. The Sharkoon Light2 200 has been taken down to a skeleton weight of just 62 grams, one of the lightest mice ever made. The asymmetrical design is sloped slightly to fit your hand, and there's a matte finish to the top buttons. Left and right mouse buttons are equipped with high-quality Omron switches rated for an extra long life cycle of over 20 million clicks. The design of the mouse is contoured for both smaller and larger hands, measuring 120 millimeters long by 66 wide and 42 mils tall. As I have larger hands, I didn't find any issues with grip or control with this. A honeycomb lattice takes the place of the traditional top, side, and bottom structures, shaving down the weight and reducing the structure to the bare bones. This is the first ultra lightweight mouse that we've tested, coming in at just 62 grams. It's super light under your fingers, and there's no resistance or fatigue from long gaming sessions. And Sharkoon's Light2 200 has a modular design for your personalization. You can change elements on the mouse body to suit your needs. The magnetically attached top honeycomb can be easily removed and swapped with a closed type 3-gram alternative. The detachable top makes cleaning a breeze too. The slim black button can be replaced with the same size blue or a taller red button if you need it a bit higher. Highly precise, this mouse has a PixArt 3389 sensor capable of 16,000 dpi at a 1000 Hz polling rate. There's a physical polling rate switch beside the sensor. Top is 1000, which flashes blue, middle is 500 Hz and flashes green, and bottom is 125 Hz and flashes red. The manual has the color switched by accident, I think, for the middle and bottom position, which we'll bring up with Sharkoon. The top buttons provide a tactile click feel with nominal pressure. The scroll wheel area has a matte surface, and the wheel itself has dual rubber outer rings, which allow the RGB to shine vertically through. The wheel provides entirely silent scrolling with slightly stronger notches than a competing gaming mouse, with an audible click. Usually on gaming mice we see a solid rubber ring to the mouse wheel, so one of our concerns was with the bands slipping off. So for this design we tried some pry tests to see if the bands would come off easily. Looks like they designed a deeper channel, so no, they don't come off easily. One single DPI button here feels fairly responsive. Side buttons on the left only and are glossy plastic with a softer click. They feel like they are a little softer to press with a little less force. The side buttons are positioned pretty naturally and fit my hand's shape well, and are both easy to reach. The right hand side continues with the honeycomb pattern, and gripping this mouse it sits really well in hand. The honeycomb performs well during gaming sessions in our testing. With 5 mouse feet including a circle around the sensor, all made of 100% PTFE, we found the experience to be super smooth, and with the light weight, it almost floated over our mouse pad. Furthermore, included in the box is an additional set of feet, so you can keep on gaming. It's small touches like this that may not cost the company that much more, but add a lot of value on the customer side, and we really like this. Onto the build quality, and we didn't find any issues here. It's really solid. Considering other mice we've tested, now that I'm thinking zero creaking is what gaming mice should deliver, so now we've raised the bar for gaming mice in this regard. Buttons are machined well and stable, with just a tiny amount of play in the top buttons to be expected in physically separate pieces. In our review sample, the side forward button has just a tiny amount more play. The 1.8 meter 6-foot braided cable is a fairly flexible loose weave, no resistance. ending in a gold-plated USB connector. There's a ferrite choke to cut interference, and an on-cable rubber strap to tie up any length you want and keep things neat. For the most important actions on each game, 5 profiles allow different setups for flexibility, and the mouse has onboard memory to save those profiles and take them on the road. DPI settings are adjustable by increments of 50, from 50 all the way up to 16,000. You can adjust X and Y axis independently also, which is nice. Customizing your lighting effects is a breeze, as the Sharkoon Light2 200's RGB is integrated with the scroll wheel as well as the front light bar. A variety of effects and colors can all be adjusted with the software. There's also advanced settings, which has adjustments to fine-tune sensitivity, scroll and click speeds, and lift-off distance. Finally, Macro Manager allows you to record, stop, and save macros for in-game use. We were wondering if we can take profiles with us on the go. How can we switch them if there's no button assignable in software? Well, looking at the documentation, in section 4, shortcuts, you can 1. Change lighting effects by holding forward and the right mouse button for 3 seconds. 2. Switch profile by holding back and both left and right mouse buttons down for 3 seconds. 3. Reset to factory default by holding forward and back and the scroll wheel down for 3 seconds. Please take a moment to like this video, and if you like what you see, then please do subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified when I upload new content. So Chris, how did you like the click feel on the mouse?
I really like this mouse. This is definitely different than a lot of the mouses that I've used in the past. However, I liked a lot of the features. For instance, the click feel in this, for such a light mouse, I was expecting the clicks to also be like very delicate and just a whole mouse to be very delicate for how light it is.
It feels light. So
exactly. So I was just thinking everything was going to be very delicate, but contrary to my first opinion, I was telling Rick that the click feel, it's very sturdy. It's not too hard. It's definitely not too soft. And I really like the click feel on it.
I was surprised. We haven't had a mouse this light in the studio before. So having one that comes in just, you know, over 60 grams, 62 I think for this one, right? Mm-hmm. And the big benefit of this, of course, is that it's ventilated too. It's got all these holes all over it. So like if you get sweaty hands, and I get sweaty hands when I'm gaming, right?
Definitely.
So, I mean, the heat has somewhere to go and you can get more ventilation, therefore better grip, therefore better kills, right?
There we go.
Yeah.
The wheel scrolling and clicking, it definitely goes well with what I normally like to use. Like I said, I'm not used to using such light mice. However, the clicking and scrolling is like perfect with what I normally use. It's still pretty strong and sturdy. It's not too easy. It's not too sensitive. So it fits everything that I normally like.
How'd you feel about the notches?
It's interesting because the grooves, it's so smooth. However, the notches still are able to move pretty easily. It's not like you have to. Yeah, it's not like you have to really work to move the notches or anything. It still feels really good. There's
a good balance between like actually feeling those notches and still being able to maneuver the wheel. So
exactly,
okay,
exactly.
Cool. Overall, the button quality on this mouse is really good. The buttons basically are machined well, stay in place. However, you mentioned it and I saw it too.
Yeah, the side buttons can be a little bit soft at times. However, it's not necessarily a problem, but that is the one thing compared to the top buttons, which are a little bit stronger.
Yeah, or a little bit more sturdy. Stiff or sturdier.
Yeah,
the side buttons are just slightly softer. So
exactly.
If you need like really firm buttons, maybe you'd be looking at something else. But for this one, if you're okay with just a little less pressure, it'll work well.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still overall built well.
Yeah. Size, shape. Did it fit your hand okay?
It fit my hand well. The maneuvering of the mouse, everything felt good. It was just the lightness that I wasn't used to, so that was the only thing that kind of triggered in my mind. But overall, it still feels really good in your hand, and the grooves, I really liked it.
Yeah, it's got a very unique feel for the Honeycomb. It's not drastically different, but you know, it's got a bit of a different feel for when you have it, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. I like it.
How was the tracking? It's got that brand new PixArt sensor. It's like top of the line 3389 sensor in it.
Yeah, the tracking was very smooth. Very responsive. I enjoyed it. How about you?
I found it was really precise. It was good, you know, maneuvering the mouse and clicking on different stuff, and we did a tiny bit of gaming with it because time constraints. But overall, like, very impressive. And yeah, the number one thing that you notice is just how light this mouse is. It's really unique. Also included in the box that we've shown already is that they come with replacement feet, so that you eventually do wear these out if you're not looking to upgrade so fast, you can just swap out and get some new feet and continue on gaming, which is good.
Exactly.
Braided cable, not too bad for this one.
Yeah, it's definitely nice. No complaints. No complaints here.
That's all
no
good.
complaints here.
Yeah, the branding and the promotional material says ultra flexible. It's flexible. It's not. I wouldn't say it's ultra flexible, but it does a great job. And I'll make a mention in the summary that maybe it's just because of the weight, because it's so much lighter.
Definitely.
That maybe you notice any kind of resistance a little bit more.
I have felt other cables that are a lot sturdier, like not sturdier, but a lot stiffer. They're a lot stiffer. This is definitely not comparable to those. It definitely is flexible, but yeah, I agree with you.
Do you like it?
Overall verdict, there were pieces that I really liked. There's pieces that I wasn't necessarily used to, but I think that I could come accustomed to it. So for instance, I really like the clicking. I like the wheel scroll. I like the grip of it. It fits well in my hand. The one thing that I'm not necessarily totally used to is the lightness of it. However, it is something that I think that I could get used to, and it wasn't necessarily a bad thing by any means. I think it was more of just I'm not used to using mice that are like that, but overall built very well, very good quality. It looks really cool. I really like it. I like the honeycomb design, and I liked it.
That's actually a really good point about weight, because beforehand I picked up a mouse that was like 115 grams, and it's made for like role-playing games, like a solid heavy-duty mouse that'll stay and stick on your desk. And I actually found myself having to get used to that extra weight.
Interesting.
So yeah, I can see the reverse too, whereas like you'd have to get used to the lightness because you're used to moving your hand a certain amount to achieve a certain amount of mouse travel on screen or in-game. So getting used to that. Hopefully it should be easier though the other way, because heavier, like after a little while your wrist is like, oh geez, really?
Yeah, exactly. Too much of a workout on your wrist.
I liked it too. It was very good. Very unique. I like the ventilation, the honeycomb. The lighting effects are cool. And price is not bad too for everything that you get for this.
Exactly. I would say it's pretty affordable as well. Yeah. The Sharkoon Light2 200 is an exceptionally sturdy mouse with fantastic build quality, extremely light with excellent ventilation, with a top-end PixArt sensor coming in at just under $50 US.
This mouse is everything a pro-tier gamer needs in their arsenal. Since we don't have time to solder on connections or have access to a high-speed cam, in our objective testing, click latency is on par with other top gaming mice in side-by-side testing.
With easy-to-use software for button assignment, DPI, RGB, and more, and a great feeling click response with ultra-quiet mouse wheel scrolling and decent wheel and DPI click, this mouse is all set to perform in your hands.
We found the Omron left and right buttons nice and precise, and the PixArt sensor is super accurate, and all parts of this mouse are really well machined together, and the ventilation is great for sweaty hands. And you also have the option for a solid cover if you want, along with changeable DPI, button height, and extra mouse feet included too.
Yeah, this is a really decent deal.
As always, we did our homework as we produced this episode. We saw a couple of other reviews where one complained about the build quality. No, it's machined well. One wanted scroll wheel notches defined better, but this mouse has better steps than the Pulsefire Core we reviewed, link up here, so that's not an issue either. If you want to feel notches when gaming, in my opinion, this mouse has a good balance between usage and feeling those bumps. When frantically accessing weapons or inventory, I really don't want to have to muscle the wheel to the spot I want anyways. One tester mentioned the loose weave braided cable isn't ultra flexible and has a little resistance. It's true I wouldn't call this ultra flexible. It is more flexible than most, with a slight bit of resistance. I really feel that with a 90-gram mouse, this wouldn't really be noticed. It's only because the mouse is so light and that the small amount of resistance maybe feels more amplified. Is it the best cable ever? No, but it's great and it will match to this unit. Now, here's the legitimate points. 1, the side buttons are a bit on the soft side. They're not mushy, as that would imply a lack of definition or response. They're just a little bit soft. 2, the RGB LED skirt has a good brightness, but the mouse wheel, it could be a lot brighter. If a selling point is the illuminated mouse wheel, let's see it. In a dark room, it's okay, but in a bright room, the wheel's RGB is a bit hard to see. We would also like to see the ability to set colors for different DPI profiles. However, a quick fix in software for the savvy, if Sharkoon put color blocks next to the DPI profiles, you could choose the color for each DPI setting pretty easily too.
This lightweight mouse delivers excellent precision, ventilation, and customization all at a great price. If you're wanting to jump into the big leagues, we definitely recommend this mouse as a top pick and a great investment into better scores.
We strive to be as objective as possible, and while our testing and conclusion is based on what we saw, if you can, you should always go to the store to test out mice for your playstyle. That being said, this is a terrific mouse that's built to last. If you want to grab your own, buying through our affiliate links down below will help support us here with no extra cost to you. So what gaming mouse do you have your sights on, or have you picked up? Do you have some experiences about this or other mice that you want to share? Join the discussion down below. And we're interested to hear what new hardware you want to see reviewed. Let us know and we'll try to get to it. If you like this video, then please do smash that thumbs up button or let us know how we can improve. If you want to see more videos like this, then please do subscribe for new content. Click that bell icon to get notified when we put up a new video. We read and reply to the comments, so if we miss something or if you have a question, please tell us down below. We really appreciate you watching this far. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you on the next. Bye for now.